Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathy. Today I've been channeling energy of accepting change, moving with the changes. So I'm going to pull some oracle. I'm going to pull from these oracle decks here. Show you those real quick, and then I'm going to be reading with the Thelema tarot deck here. Sorry, it's kind of at a weird angle here. Okay, so let's get started. First, I'm going to pull one oracle card from each deck. They've already been pre-shuffled, so I'm just going to try to get as many of the messages that I've been channeling lately. Most of us have had to adapt to so many things ever since the pandemic, so I think we've learned through all of this to be more flexible and adaptable, which I think now we're more prepared to shift into bigger changes that are coming through. So let's see how we can work with the energies to get us through this time. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective regarding accepting changes? What messages do we have for the collective regarding accepting changes? What messages do you have, Spirit? Give me one card. What is the energy? Oh, my nose is itchy. What is the energy we need to hear? Okay, I'm going to pull it from the top here. And we have the Dark Moon. This is from the, what is this? The Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle. Sorry, don't have my glasses on, which, give me 1 second. I'm going to, well, actually, you know what? I'm not going to use them today. Alright, Spirit, what are the messages from the Mystical Wisdom deck? Collective needs to hear. Man, there's 3 of them. I don't want to get into too much, but I'm just going to start over here. We're on limited time here, and I want to get as many messages as I can to everybody. Just one card, Spirit, one card. Got it. And it is Good Fortune. That's a beautiful card. Alright, that's from the Mystical Wisdom Oracle deck. And then we're going to go with Cosmic Dancer. Oh, okay. That is Clear the Vessel. Sorry about that. Still working out the buggers. Just getting started, so I'm sure all of that will come with time. I just want to pull all of the cards so I can read all of the energy together. I'm already getting messages from the Dark Moon, though. Alright. What is it we need to know from the Messenger Oracle, Spirit? What is it that we need to know from the Messenger Oracle? What does it need to know? What does the collective need to know about what's happening through the Messenger Oracle, Spirit? What is the message here? And it says, change is unavoidable. So, yeah, that's exactly what I'm feeling. All right. We'll clarify with the tarot in just a moment, but the messages I'm getting from the Dark Moon, just so you know, it's card number 6, Energy of the Lovers. But with the Dark Moon and it being a number 6, the card reads maturation, growing up, introspection, and know thyself. I think that exploring both sides of our personalities, the dark and the light, I think a lot of us have already learned more about ourselves through this whole period since 2020. I think a lot of us have had enough time to isolate and focus on self. You've been able to kind of let your mind wander and dream a little more. You know, I think a lot of that's been mixed with stress and not knowing and uncertainty, but that's probably like, that's the dark side. The not knowing, the mystery, what's still not seen. But I think that, you know, a lot of us are embracing this dark moon energy where, you know, we're growing through all of this darkness. We're moving forward. We're learning things. We're adapting. We're being more accustomed to things changing, you know, all of the time. And I think this is building strength for a lot of people. And with the good fortune card, I think a lot of people have been able to expand themselves, and, you know, like with the massive quittings, and people are starting to actually know what their worth is, knowing that, you know, collectively, I think a lot of people are understanding that, you know, everyone deserves to live a life where they can take care of themselves, you know. And I think that a lot of ideas that are going to bring people a lot of fortune, maybe not even necessarily as far as materially, but just, you know, getting more familiar with yourself. You can explore different avenues. You know, you unlock different things about yourself when you actually look a little bit deeper. And I think, you know, with all of this energy of the dark moon, it's like we're looking into those spaces that are hidden, not you know, regularly visited, those little dusty corners that, you know, I think with all of this time that a lot of people have been able to dust out those corners. That's the analogy I'm getting. And then I got clear the vessel here. And I just think that, you know, like a lot of people's minds are changing. You know, they're seeing that everything's not guaranteed. Everything's not one way. I think a lot of our minds have been cleansed, you know, like all of those old paradigms. And, you know, we're starting to see how fast things can change and how drastically things can change, and how, you know, I think now we have new perspective, so we can move forward with the new perspective, which I think, you know, a lot of people are probably, you know, looking further, you know, looking closer at, you know, going after their dreams, or their, you know, expanding their hobbies, or whatever they're doing to, like, you know, create a different life for themselves, a more comfortable life where they can support themselves and not have to, you know, constantly depend on the corporate world to survive. And then it says change is inevitable, and I think that, you know, all those changes we've already started all those changes, and I think that, you know, like people are just becoming more accepting of the changes that are coming. You know, just learning how to move naturally into the changes. And I think that's what's going on. You know, like the pandemic, you would never think, oh, it's part of the big shift into, you know, the 5D, moving people into another thinking perspective, you know. But I think all of that has been happening, you know, with the age of Aquarius coming in. You know, people's minds are being freed. They're becoming, you know, a little more creative in their thinking. And I think this is moving all of us in a very positive direction. I think that, you know, we can create a place on this planet, or just create, you know, some kind of deep, loving change across all lands on this planet. All right, Spirit, please clarify dark moon for me. Please clarify the energy of the dark moon for me. You know, and like I was saying, you know, with the Lovers, with the 6 and it being the, you know, a card of balance, of course. But I think, you know, just learning how to love that dark part of yourself too. Like coming into union with that dark part of yourself. And, you know, a lot of people always care about what other people think, and they always want to be looked at in a light and beautiful way. but that's not reality, and that is too many cards. Give me one card to clarify the dark moon, Spirit. One more card to clarify the dark moon. One more, Spirit. One more. Or one card, please. I need clarity on the dark moon. What is the dark moon trying to communicate, Spirit? What is the dark moon trying to communicate? I knew one was going to end up. I got two, so I'll take these two. And we got the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. My cards all start out upright, but we got the Seven of Pentacles. And I just think that there's just no more waiting. I think people are starting to move more towards what they want. Like, you know, the harvest is ready to be picked. The Seven of Pentacles, you know, that's usually waiting for the harvest to come in so that you can pick the pentacles off. But I think with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, there's just no more waiting. And with the Knight of Wands, just, you know, going with passion, moving forward quickly with passion. Getting familiar with yourself without fear or reservation, too. I think more people are embracing the energy of like exploring. They want to ignite something. And I think, you know, just waiting and pondering and like that's all over. I think a lot of people are more willing to take action. You know, people aren't just sitting around anymore waiting to see what's going to happen. I think we're out of that energy for sure. But with the Knight of Wands, it's like this person is coming fast. Not necessarily a person coming in, but I'm just saying the energy is really fast and fiery and passionate and, you know, ready to move forward. All right. I don't know. We'll see. Spirit, please clarify good fortune for me. Spirit, please clarify good fortune for me. What is the message in good fortune card, Spirit? We have the Fool. Oh, that's so pretty. I like that card. And the Seven of Cups. Oh, and we got the Moon. What I'm getting with this is like there's so much there's just so much to be discovered. Like there's so much light on the other side of the moon here. And I think, you know, we have the Fool card, which is telling me, you know, that opportunities are coming and just to be ready. Like the Fool sees it coming and it's preparing and it's ready to just go for it. You know, just like with the Knight of Wands here, that fire energy is just like ready. You know, you've sat, you know, with the Seven of Cups, there's so much, it's like dreaming, like dreams are, people are moving forward towards their dreams, not in fear, but just, you know, out of curiosity, wanting to see what's on the other side of the moon. I think people are just ready to explore something different. You know, I think dreaming, people going towards their dreams is not, I don't know, you know, it's just, it doesn't seem childish anymore. I think that more people are embracing that as an option. You know, people are going after their creative pursuits and trying new things, starting new businesses. And I think like with the moon being here, it's just like, you know that there's more out there and it's kind of like a seeker energy for me. Paired with the Fool, I think, you know, it's like someone going to see, okay, well, you've told me this and you told me this was this and this was that. I want to go see it for myself because all I have is my imagination based on what I've always been told. But now I'm going out to go see what's on the other side of the moon because I'm ready and I'm ready to move forward. Ready to find my own answers. I don't want to be stuck on these old ideas only these visions that I've been allowed to see. Now I want to go explore my own visions, what I've seen in my own mind, but I'm ready to see with my eyes. That's what I'm getting with that. Interesting. All right, let's go with clear the vessel. Spirit, please clarify, clear the vessel for me. More guidance on the clear of the vessel. Please give me more guidance on clear the vessel, Spirit. All right, we got the Strength card, Eight of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. So we got 2 8s and a 7. And clear the vessel is a 1 card, so 7 plus 1 is 8. With this, I just think that, like, it's time to make movement forward. You have, built up the strength, built up the courage. Back here, you were ready to move. Now you are fully prepared. Here, you're the Fool. Now your strength, you're ready, you've mastered. You've mastered the energy to just get up and go do it. And the Eight of Wands is just pushing you forward, saying, here, it's time to go. Maybe there's some messages that are coming that are going to empower you even more. I see the Seven of Swords here, but I don't read it negative. I'm looking at strategy, planning, maybe moving in silence, but definitely moving forward with enough strength, enough courage, enough faith that you're going somewhere. Like you have the direction that you need to go. You have the right direction. And I think by clearing the vessel, by clearing your mind, staying open-minded, you can move forward with confidence. But also, like, there's this need to be silent and strategize, but maybe not share all of your plans with everybody. But I think that strategy is definitely what I'm picking up with the Seven of Swords. Planning, strategy, what's your next move? But I think this is all, something that you need to do on your own. Maybe not be so generous with your ideas. Maybe keeping some of it close to your chest. But I think, with the clear the vessel, I think that you've released, that Eight of Wands could be a release of fears. And now that you've built up the strength, because you have the Moon card, that could represent fears as well. But I think that you've already cleared those mental thoughts of how you can't, why you can't, and maybe the Seven of Swords is maybe at some point, those thoughts will creep in. But the Spirit saying, with the Eight of Wands, you have the go-ahead. The Eight of Wands and the Eight of Strength. Eight is, abundance. It's success. It's business success. All right, let's go into change is inevitable. Spirit, what are the messages for change is inevitable? I just feel like a lot of people don't feel like they need to be tame anymore. Like they don't have to follow any strict rules, really. I just think that, like maybe this Eight of Wands could represent, like freedom. Now you're free to go where you want to go. Spirit, give me a card to clarify. Change is inevitable. The Empress. Growth, expansion, fertility. And it's with the Five of Swords. I think with the Five of Swords, you've already set very clear boundaries. You know where you're going. The Empress is fertile. She knows what she's creative, fertile. She knows what she wants. She's worked to get where she's at. She's sitting on her throne. you know, she's fine. And I think with this Five of Swords, I think that you've set boundaries. You know, you stood your ground. You said, hey, you know what? I'm going to take what's mine and I'm going to make it grow. My ideas, my thoughts, my feelings, and I'm going to put it into something that can grow, something fertile, something abundant. With the Five of Swords, you know, I think maybe there was a lot of doubt at some point, or going back and forth, not knowing what side to go or which direction to go. But I think, you know, with the Eight of Wands, it's move forward. And I think you have set boundaries because you've grown, matured. Now you're sitting in this space where you fully know yourself. You are so aware of who you are. Nurturing yourself, loving yourself. Nurturing and loving your surroundings. You know, building a life around you that supports your dreams and your wishes and where you're headed. One more for the Five of Swords and the Empress spirit. I think when you keep nurturing yourself through all of these changes, because, I mean, it's going to happen. The change is inevitable. And 5 represents change. But I think the way you've approached things as well is probably what's changing the most, you know. And now you got the 8 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, success, victory, and the Wheel of Fortune. That's beautiful. Yeah. Well, and the Wheel of Fortune, I mean, change is inevitable. Everybody takes their turn on the wheel. You know, and the wheel is turning. Things are changing. It's not going to stop for anybody. You know, and now I think that we're more curious. We're more prepared for the changes. We've built we've had time to, you know, decompress from the corporate world and working 9 to 5, and we've been able to spend more time at home and practice other things, and clearing the vessels opened up people's minds. Basically, it's just opened up your minds. It's putting people in a different, you know, energy where, you know, seeking freedom, seeking, you know, something that fits with your personality, not what everyone else is doing or what everyone else says you should be doing. I think with the Wheel of Fortune, it's, yeah. I mean, like it says, change is inevitable. Thank you. I hope this video helps someone, and I will see you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.